Hi, good afternoon. My name is MUADDIB BAKHTIAR bin MUZAFAR, and today I'm gonna explain about Lab 4 block reduction method and for control principle subject. Okay. First we go to the procedure. As we can see here, this is the block diagram. So we go. I'm gonna go through the step for the block diagram reduction. Okay, first step is we got to reduce the block here, G2 and H1. As we can see here, this is a parallel, and we can see if the sign here is negative, so we have to make a plus here. And then after that we go to step 2. Step 2, as we can see here, G4 and G3 and G4, and we look at the sign here, that is a plus sign, and if the sign here is plus, we have to subtract here. And then as we see here, we can all the block here that have been reduced, and then we simplify more, like we see here in step 3. And then we go to step 4, that is OTF, that means overall transfer function. This is the overall transfer function. Okay, when we got this OTF, we just put the G1, G2, all the terms here with the all data that we have see here. Alright, and then after that we just make an mathematical sentence, and then we in step 6 we got the answer. Alright, if we want to confirm the answer, we can go to the MATLAB and we test. Right, I have tested just now. This is the coding for the number 3 question. Alright, so I'm gonna walk you through this. Okay, in this table 2, we have to do everything here in MATLAB, and then we put a MATLAB output here, as we can see. Okay, as I'm gonna show you some example. I'm gonna run it. Okay, as you can see here, this is the output, and I just screenshot it and put it here. Right, I have explained in the box given right? And then we go to table 3. All other command here I have done in the MATLAB, so we just gonna skip to table 3. Okay, and in table 3 we have to do the full coding like this. Okay, as we can see, we use the data that have been given right here. Okay, yes. No. In the figure 1. Okay, all the data given here, and then we gonna put it in. We gonna do some coding, and we gonna run it, and we got the answer. Okay, I put the answer in the MATLAB output. Okay, this is the coding, and this is the answer. As you can see here, this is the final answer. And then we go to table 4. This question is a bit complex than the previous one, so I'm gonna go through here. Okay, first one, we gonna solve this first in this series, G2, G3, G4. Okay, if in series, we have to multiply all the things that in the series circuit. Okay, and then we got this here, that is G2 multiplied by G3 multiplied by G4. And then we go to the other step, that is G5 and H1. Like the previous one, before we do the divide this, we have to look at the sign here. Okay, if the sign say positive or plus sign, we have to subtract the H1, right? And then as we can see here, we got the diagram reduction, box diagram reduction, and block diagram reduction. And then we go to G6 and G7. Okay, at G7, like the H1 case, we have to look at the sign. As we can see here, we saw the plus sign. So we have to subtract G6 subtract G7. Okay, and then we simplify the box diagram. We have to simplify it, and then we go to step 2. Okay, step 2, we have to find the OTF, or overall transfer function. Okay, we can see here, this is the overall transfer function. Okay, and then we go to step 3. The step 3 is we replace the value of each subsystem in transfer function into overall transfer function. So we take this data here, like G11 over S plus 1 and so on. We put it in here as we like this. Alright, okay, and we go to after that, we have to replace the value in the OTF, and then we simplify the transfer function if necessary. if it unnecessary, where we don't have to do it, right? Okay, and then we see this is the final answer, the final transfer function that we got. Like the previous case, if we want to confirm the answer, we can go to MATLAB and do some coding. We have to translate it, this data into coding version. So then we gonna run it. We run and we see the OTF. Okay, OTF. We do some. What do we? We compare the manual calculation and this MATLAB calculation. Alright. So after that, okay, step 5, validate your answer in MATLAB software. As we can see, I have done it here. This is the coding and this is the answer. This is the output. Okay, and then the conclusion. As a result of conducting this experiment, students will be able to understand how block reduction works in control system. In block reduction, there are 3 different types of block arrangement: series, parallel, and feedback. Okay, in terms of series, the block is arranged in sequential order. The term of parallel and feedback, the block will be arranged in parallel. The summing junction is different between parallel and feedback. Okay, in parallel, the summing junction come after the block. Alright. Whereas in feedback, the summing junction come before the feedback. As we can see, we go to the block diagram here, and okay, this is the feedback, G5 and H1. This is feedback, and this is what you call feedback. Feedback and parallel. Okay, this is parallel. The parallel, the come after the block, and feedback come before the block. Alright. Okay, I think that's all from me for this evening. For this evening. So, thank you.